Well, hello my friends and welcome to the episode with your host, the one, the only, the chosen one, the eighth wonder of the world, the Crurned. And today we're playing more Red Dead Redemption 2. We're covering the mission of Algernon Wasp, hunting and collecting items in the wild. A miscellaneous amount of items can be plumes from egrets of different kinds. We're talking about eggs, we're talking about orchids, a lot of different things for the regular person that find this incredibly odd, but it is supposed to be a rewarding moment for us, so what we need to do now is start doing that grinding again, as we're doing for the last couple of weeks. And once we are done with that one, we're planning to do other things. Among them, we're trying to make sure to get into other games. And those games are about to be discussed further in the video. But so far, we're doing a lot of things right now that evidently may or may not work, but we're gonna figure it out right now. So I'm gonna fast travel to Emerald Station. That wanna cut off all this problem, as I was been doing research on how to do this mission more efficiently for livestream purposes, because I myself find it a little bit annoyed of how slow things are going. Because I was able to do the other missions, hunting down animals for the collectors. So it's a type of collecting for a trophy. That it's art, I think, is the achievement for that type of mini mission, mini game. And that was completed as required. I think something is following me. Yes, evidently there's something following me. What the hell? Okay. Carcano. Express. Let's see what the heck is going on here. Yes, some horses running away. Wolves. Yeah, I say. Who he hunts for who now, friend? There you go. It's a perfect cougar.
Good girl. Let's go.
Very rare chance of it to spawn down here. Anyway, let's get this out over with. I kind of getting too much distracted, and we're already 4 minutes in. Unacceptable. So yeah, I've been kind of moving around, doing a lot of movement around, and the plan and effort is still to reach 1,000 subscribers, and that is my intention. As I know people going around complaining, not this guy, I am aware that you have to earn your keep, just like the people of old used to say. You need to earn your keep, you need to make movements, you need to keep chasing that check and that recognition, and only then you will be recognized and rewarded for your perseverance. Because that's all there is. You need to persevere in order to be successful in life. You need to never give up and focus on what you want. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's always been the way. I need to go to, we're almost there. Going to the wrong way here. Go down here. I'm doing some crock pot cooking right now and just preparing some food for the week. As you know, I do 9 to 5. I work. It's grueling job. Lots of stress, but speaking of the devil. Come on. Really bad time for me to have switched to have a... Hello. Who wants some? You don't want some anymore? Just get the hell out of here. Alright. That's kind of ridiculous. Because you want to have something to do while everybody's out there having fun and trying to keep it clean. And the game just happens to have an RNG moment on me because it feels like I'm too boring or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of frustrated with the game because until very recently, nothing was spawning, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're live streaming, so I'm just gonna start spawning all these animals that until very recently you were not dealing with nothing of that crap. There you go. It is ridiculous. Let me see. And I'm too far now. I have to go back. Stupid wolves. And nothing against wolves. I think wolves are awesome, but I'm not looking for any trouble. Just go after me, trying to. Stupid cougar and now the stupid wolves. I watched a few films. Well, just one film this weekend. I saw Last Blood. I had to be honest. The whole final scene was. It was cool until that very final scene with at the barn. If you've seen the film, I don't gonna spoil it. For that very scene, it was just so cheesy, so out of place. It was like I was supposed to watch a war film or watch a Mortal Kombat. I will leave it at that. But overall, the film, if you are into old cheesy DVD, straight to DVD films, that's for you. I kind of sad because I was expecting a little bit more from Sylvester Stallone, especially now with films like Creed getting good praise. And again, I know probably if the film is violent, the concept is that violence that is done in a realistic way. But that film, that early violence, it was so unrealistic, so out of place. I was like, what the hell? It was like, it really felt so cheap. I feel like if I was renting this film, I have no problem. But I actually pay full. Well, I went to the matinee, but you know what I'm saying. You want to see a film at the cinema, you're expecting a little higher quality in terms of storyline and screenplay. But other than that, the film is okay. I had some other issues, but not had to do with the story itself. But yeah, I like Rambo 4 better than this one. I don't know, because I was younger back then. I was 2008, so I was like 11 years ago. So I was in my 20s. I was like more cool. But now I'm like mid to late 30s now, and I was like, I like a little more seriousness in my films, and that's all I had to say. And it's kind of sad because I know Stallone has it. He knows how to do films, but it was like, come on, man, you can do better than this.
Hey, where are you headed, mister? Need a ride?
As I was saying, the film was supposed to be better. Let's get down there. So I've been wasting 12 minutes so far. Alright. I think that cougar, yeah, I saw the cougar, right? Yes. I have short attention span. Alright. So I have some chicken, I'm making some chicken stew in the crock pot. I started cooking like an hour ago. So probably be ready around 6 o'clock. So I'm not gonna eat it today, it's gonna store it for the week. That's why I decided to use the crock pot, so I'll have to sit in the kitchen the whole day. So I can just leave it at that and let the crock pot do its magic for a few hours. So silver fox. See, the varmint is appropriate for this animal. Where are you, Mr. Fox? Mr. Fox. There is this YouTube video from back in the day, a YouTube channel. There was not Epic Mealtime, Epic Mealtime's still around, but there was this other channel that came out. It was from Sweden, I think. It was from Sweden. And I think it was called, and I just messed up I should have used a poisonous dart or something. Okay, enough distraction. So it was called Swedish Mealtime. And I love the show, I love that channel so much. I feel it's bad that they're no longer around. I can remember they did a video, the last video was saying basically just hanging off the towel, saying that they were done. I guess they were doing such a mess at the kitchen Because it was so over the top, it was like I was watching a bunch of Vikings basically messing around the kitchen and destroying everything around. It was so funny. And it's sad that they just finished off so suddenly. So I guess they have their own families and all that stuff. So that was like, probably they were wasting more money doing the videos than actually making any ad revenue, which is understandable. I feel so sad, man. It feels bad, man. That's all I had to say. Is the film was the TV show was so the YouTube channel was so over the top, was so satisfying that it was kind of cathartic. It's sad to say. Very cathartic. Yes, there you go. That's much better than just walking randomly to the general direction, whatever that is. But yeah, the show was really cathartic. Same with Epic Mealtime. Epic Mealtime was also a nice show, a nice channel, but I don't know. It should have ended up in a higher note, because there were so many of the guys that were involved in that show that left. Then after they left, it was kind of like, well, we only have the sauce bossing around and everybody else is just a bunch of yes men. So there's no variety of characters. They're just basically mini versions of the sauce boss. And they are all the cooks, and he's just there, just taking everything in. That's a heron. What the hell is that? Let me see. I know there's no herons in this mission. I started smelling the food right now. Oh, I think I closed it by accident. Let me see here. No. Okay, we had the red egrets. Red egret, little egret, and snowy egret. Okay, so there's nothing here for herons, so we can let them be and focus on the egrets. We still have to hunt them down. There's a blue heron, another heron.
I travel alone. Beat it.
There's a gator. I need to deal with that. Aliens. Alligators. I am dyslexic now. Or gators, gators, and gators. It's a spoonbill. Gators, spoonbills. Gator. There's a bird here. Let's see what it is. Oh no, hello. Gotcha one. Let me check if we already have the skin it. Terrible weather. There's a few other channels that I kind of miss watching. I think they're still around, but kind of lost interest on them. And that's fine. Gonna use the poison arrows on this guy here so they don't catch the attention of the other animals. Smart. Hey, Nasty Badger, what's going on, man? I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking, and welcome to the live stream. Still dealing with this mission. Just trying to kill all the alligators so they don't go out running around and interrupting me while I'm hunting for these stupid birds. I got one today, I still have a couple more to hunt down. But I hope to catch some or all of them, if not all of them, hopefully. Oh, speaking of which, let's see which one is. Yeah, we have a couple of them here. We catch a couple of them. Nice. Huzzah! Let's see if we can skin them now. Okay, we got the elite egrets out of the way, the snowy egrets, and still we have the reddish egret plumes to catch up. I think we haven't catch anyone yet. So, according to recommended procedure is we need to head back to Emerald, camp over there during a full 24-hour period, and they will respawn. Yeah, this one is dead. This one is dead. Can I pick you up? Yes, but yep. We're gonna head back to Emerald. Let me just mark this area here of more significance to catch these birds. And here, I guess, so that whole area is a hotbed. These egret birds. We got back to Emerald. Are really close here. Sleep for a full 24 hours and head back for more. That way, whatever animal was here, it will decompose and fade away, and when we're back, it's all fresh with new animals. Wish it was so easy, but...
Get up, lady. Fill your belly.
I'm kind of concerned about the night folk.
Let's go.
They are really ruthless and scary. And both. I think there was one of two missions around them that I don't want to do at all. It's basically going around the night, during the night. I don't know if it's gonna spawn during the night, but that thing scares me. Alright. I mean, it's a game, but you still have to, like, you just don't want to mess with them. Oh, I have heard of Shenmue. I think there's Shenmue 3 around I have not played it, but I kind of curious because it's really kind of a lot of similar, really similar to these open games for Rockstar. Like it's really immersive. Yes, I've heard of it. I have heard people playing. I've seen people playing it. I am interested to play it, if that was the question, but I don't know if I can be able to find an emulator to play it. So when I was a teen, I think that was when the Dreamcast came out, but I never got the chance to play. There was a few games I really wanted to play in the Dreamcast. I think the original Jurassic Park game for basically a 3D version that you can play on arcade games. I think it also came out for the Dreamcast. So it's been 20 years around, huh? I didn't know about that. It's been 20 years. It is amazing, it's amazing. I'm surprised we're already 20 years into the 21st century. freaking years. This swamp is scary during the night. Yeah, I see them. I see you, baby. Come over. Come out. Let's go fight. Let's go have a talk. Come on, baby boy. I'm not afraid of you. Come on, let's all play. There you go. Who else wants some?
Damn swamp.
Scorched earth. Extra crispy. You pricks. Horror games. I do you have any recommendations? That would be. I'm not too familiar with any horror games that are really interesting to play, but if you have any recommendations, I will give it a try. Outlast. I'm kind of curious about Outlast. Blair Witch. I saw somebody play it. It looks scary. I had to admit it. And Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes, it's kind of scary, but it's kind of more like a jump scare. I will check. If there's a sale on Steam. For horror games, I think the one I kind of wanted to try, but I kind of forgot about it. There was a special on Steam that was coming for free. I think it was Dead Space. Yeah, Dead Space. That was a few months ago, or it was last year. It came out for free. I don't know if it was on Steam or it was on PlayStation store. That was a good challenge. That was totally a good challenge. Maybe for Halloween night, perhaps. I will see which game I should try. But yeah, I'm up for the challenge. I just need to see which game is on special right now. Hopefully, they will have something, and then I will try to do. That's a good idea. Do a special for Halloween night. Play in the night, and that was a great idea actually. I will totally. I'm up for the challenge. So I need to see which game will be much recommended. So Outlast, The Blair Witch, and Five Nights at Freddy's. Because I was thinking as a horror game, Dead Space. Dead Space sounds intriguing. But yeah, Outlast, I've heard it's also kind of scary. Five Nights at Freddy's same. And what's the other one? Oh, the Blair Witch. I saw there's another YouTuber. His name is True Swaldier. He played it. It's kind of in between. It's another game that is similar to that one. It was at the tip of my mouth, the tip of my tongue. See, it is. There was this indie game that came out a few years ago. I think it was made famous by PewDiePie. I forgot the name of that one. Oh, I saw it like yesterday. I was at Walmart, or the day before that. I think, yeah, I think it counts as horror. Hello Neighbor. Yeah, I've seen people playing it too, but I think it's more like jump scare type of game. Because still, it looks like you're still watching a cartoon. Kind of scary cartoon, but it kind of scary too, so. When I was thinking about that one, I was thinking about darn it, I forgot the name of that other game. They were inside of some sort of mansion, and there's this figured monster walking around. Amnesia, yeah, that's the name of that horror game. It's Amnesia. It's kind of old, but that one is. I have to admit that one kind of creeped me out a little bit. She's gonna go sleep again. So I think we have two more reddish egrets to hunt, and then we had turned that in. And for the next one, probably follow the same pattern. So far, this is working. I like this technique. You have to get out of the swamp, sleep all the way for almost 24 hours, and then come back, and everything's just back again. It resets again. Let's see. So yeah, Amnesia is another good horror game. I've seen people play it, and the visuals are really disturbing. And I think it was made famous by PewDiePie. Which other game? There was this other game that was set on the Antarctic. I think it was the same engine that Amnesia was made in. Emily wants to play. I never heard about one. I need to check that one out and see what it was all about. I'm kind of disappointed that there has not been a good game for at the Mountains of Madness. There's a type of like a horror type of similar to the book. I haven't seen anything that can match up to that novel. So I was thinking of something really out there, and there was this game that came out this year, but I was so disappointed when I saw the visuals of the game. I just want to see something good that can live up to that other book. Sly Cooper, I heard about that game. You know what other game should be made? Another sequel, Future Perfect. I think it's Time Splitters. Yeah, Time Splitters. Time Splitters, the name of that game. I'm thinking about the sequel, Future Perfect. Time Splitters was really good. I really want to try. I hope that one day that a sequel is made.
You okay, girl? Let's go.
I'm kind of disappointed that there's some dogs. There's not been a really good not golden eye, a good James Bond game that came out since the days of GoldenEye. And that's kind of, I feel like they always something, they always a good game like that. Perfect Dark, same with Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark came out back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. But I haven't seen anything from that company. That company, Rare, that's the one that made also the Banjo-Kazooie game and Conquer. Conquer, they should have a sequel for Conquer. And of course, another sequel for James Bond. There's just so many good games out there that they deserve a sequel, and nobody kind of showing them any love. And it's sad, it's sad. My sister played Pokemon Stadium back in the day. I think it was. I was not able to play because my dad rented it and I was at the hospital. I remember that one. And they kind of were playing that game while I was out. I'm curious about that game. When they were playing it, I was already back from the hospital and they had to return it. That was back when Ballad was still around, so I was already now outside at high school, but oh shit. I saw it coming. I saw it coming. Let's see, is this the Reddish? Did I got it? Yes, we did. And we have all of them now. Yes! Worth it. Yes, through that hat I can get another one. So we have that one out. I think we have a couple more missions, like 3 or 4. But first step was already completed. That was a really long first step, but we made it. It's not that difficult after a while. You just need to practice and know what you're doing, but we are back again. We can go there and talk with this Wasp, Mr. Wasp fella, and return all these items and go back again to the grind.
I'm an old friend of, Tacitus Kilgore. You used to pay him to go find some items for you. He's moved on now, I'm afraid.
Tacitus, how can I forget? Well, better 7 years late than never, I suppose.
Jim Milton.
Charm.
I got the plumes and the orchids that you asked for.
You did! Ah, the Duchess of Sorrento will be most happy with you. She's an old friend, the Duchess. Gone to seed a little now, but in her youth, oh, she was the most beautiful woman in all of Italy. Oh, a Neapolitan pearl, and even I would... No. Bellissima. Oh, quite astonishing. You're good. Oh, you're very good. Algernon, I whispered to myself. I said, this man has the eye of an artist. No, he's better than an artist. He's a man of taste, a connoisseur like you. Oh, that's what I murmured to myself, and I wasn't wrong. No, sir, I was quite right. Marvelous.
How much do I get?
Well, I don't know. At least $100. This should set you right. I'm sorry it's cash. I prefer something less vulgar, but such is life.
I'm fine with cash. Anything else you need?
Me? No, I'm fine. There is one thing. More orchids. Quite a particular list, but once again, I will make it worth your troubles.
Okay.
It's a little something I'm making for the Baroness von Buchwald. You know how she is.
Very demanding.
Dreadfully so. The best ones, they always are.
You know what to do, girl.
What's going on, Marco? Long time no see you, man. How's everything? I was hanging out here with my other friend, Nasty Badger. Just make sure you get acquainted. Everything's good, man. We have been kind of busy. I just doing all this Borderlands day-to-day gaming. Kind of busy, being kind of busy. How have you been doing yourself? Just stop here.
Come on, girl. One more time.
That's good to know, man. I'm happy that you are keeping yourself busy. That's what matters. As long as you're busy, you're doing your own thing. That's the good thing. That's what life's supposed to be living at, like that. So good for you. I myself, I've been doing really busy myself. I've been working full time. I am doing work office, making money, which is that is all that matters. Just make money, make sure you have all the bills paid for, and you don't have to respond to nobody. You're only for yourself, and that's the good stuff. That's just the beauty of it. So I was talking with my other friend here, Nasty Badger, about games, horror games that people may want me to play, and he gave me a list. Do you have any recommendations for horror games? That would be nice to know, because that way I can just, I'm thinking trying something for Halloween night, and hopefully do something different. Because I'm not too fond, I have to be honest, I'm really scary cat when it comes to horror games. That would be really creepy and scary, trying to do something different, but because you are my viewers, I will try to do something special for you on Halloween night. I think that one of the plans will be to do a horror game. Probably to be played once a year. It will depend greatly on how many people watch it. I don't think I will get any birds to spawn when it's raining. This is bad RNG. Silent Hill, that's a classic. I have seen. The only thing I know about Silent Hill was the game when the movie that came out back in 2000. The game that really right now is kind of scary. That now that I remember was Resident Evil. The Resident Evil 7 game that came out recently, it was much more. I think it was much more in the realm of modern horror game that the games before, because the other games were kind of like shoot 'em up, but this one it was actually make you feel really creeped out because everything was going on inside a home, and there was a lot of these mutations, and all these enemies were really resistant to bullets and all this crap. It was crazy. But yeah, Silent Hill. Totally, I'm up to the challenge if I can play it. This is the thing. I'm planning to do a poll on Twitter. If you guys have Twitter, you can search me at under Crurned, and there I'm just gonna ask the question. I'm just gonna list all these recommendations in there, and based on the biggest votes, the biggest amount of votes, I will go ahead and buy the game and play it Halloween night. That will greatly depend if I'm able to play the game on the PlayStation or computer. Darn gators. Heron. None of them are herons. This is a spoonbill. So I know a bunch of herons that's in the same place. Sandhill crane. of all times. Yes, Twitter. I'm thinking on Twitter when it comes to just gonna do the poll. Just if you can retweet it, just retweet it. So people that may want to, people playing any horror game. The plan is to make the list, put the poll up, and let it go all the way up to before the last week of January of October, and then based on the votes, I will go and play the game. Whatever the winning game, I'm just gonna play it, and that way people may laugh at me crying like a little girl. You gotta get a good laugh at me. That's good. That's gonna be good. It's all in good faith. I'm not gonna take any. I might get my man card removed, but you guys will have a good time. That's the intention of this channel, just entertainment. I hear you, man. I hear you. Scary. I like action films. I like comedy films. But horror games, gore films, they're not really my cup of tea.
Hello, girl.
As a matter of fact, have you seen the new Rambo film? It came out this year here in the United States. I know you are in, I think, Germany. Anyway, I just saw it. I like some of the things in that film, but I kind of like the film that came out in 2008 better than this one. I had to be honest. But yeah, if you want to see it, I recommend better if you can watch it when it comes out for rental. But if you want to see it, go ahead and watch it. But I'm not too into it in terms of the quality. The 2008 film is much, I think, has a better quality. And it's more, I think also that it was much more real. But if you want to go watch it, go ahead and watch it. That's just my opinion. I feel like Rambo 4, the first Rambo are much better films. Yeah, the third one I listed this way. The first one is the first one. The fourth Rambo film, I think, is the best second one, and the third one is totally Rambo 3. Rambo, this one is, I think, is at the bottom. I had to be honest. But if the story was, well, the story's okay. The action scenes are okay too, but there's some scenes that I was kind of like scratching my head and thinking what. But yeah, if you want to go watch it, just go ahead and watch it. I'm not gonna say anything else. I don't want to spoil it. I hear you, man. I mean, you could make it realistic. You have, for example, you have Clint Eastwood. He's pushing 90 years old, and he's still making really good films. And he's still a badass. But I don't know, man. There's a way to make a good film. I really like Gran Torino. For Clint Eastwood, I like the film The Mule that came out later last year, and he's still a badass. I mean, he's pushing 90 and he's still doing awesome films. But I don't know, that was something that should have been better for Rambo, because Rambo is a character that deserves some level of quality to it. Another actor that I really think is a badass. He was a badass was Lee Van Cleef. Cause I saw The Rifleman back in there was the TV show. My dad used to watch it a lot. The Rifleman, and he was young. Since he was young, he was a badass. As a matter of fact, are you gonna watch that film that is going to come out at Netflix? It is that film is, I forgot the name of it. The Irishman is supposed to come out, and they're gonna bring back Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci, even if he's short, I think he's a really good actor. He kind of compensates his size, his stature with really badass acting. Okay, there's not be any more birds because it's gonna start raining again. Yeah, the Irishman is coming in for Netflix. And it's gonna be a long film. I think it's gonna be over 3 hours. So you're gonna see a lot of Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, which is this is the one I'm looking forward also. He's a larger than life character. I really, my favorite film that he was in was Scarface. That film he was larger than life. Scarface and yeah, Godfather. Everybody's favorite is Godfather, but my favorite one is definitely Scarface. You know what I'm saying, man? You know what I'm saying? You first get the money, then you get the women. You first get the coke, then the money, then the women. You know? Man, I love that film. Come on, man. I'm so into that film. I think I'm gonna buy the game. I heard the game came out, and I didn't know the game came out until like a couple of years ago. I was like, what? There's a game for this? I'm gonna check it out. It's supposed to be a sequel to it. Not many people have played because I think it came out at the same time that GTA 4 came out. GTA 4 was big back then, so it's still big. Let me sell this skin before we wrap things up. There you go. Yeah, the game is called The World Is Yours. It's supposed to be a sequel. It's basically following up with what will happen if Scarface survived that raid from Sosa's men at his mansion. I'm gonna have to play that game at some point in the future. And the voice actor that plays Scarface, he nailed it. He nailed it. He nailed his voice. I saw some videos and I'm kind of blown away. I was surprised that it was not actually Al Pacino. I'm so into it. Every time I hear about that game, I just kind of pumped up. I really want to play that game. I need to check if they have it on Steam. I'm probably gonna play it first and kind of be really good at it, and then try to play the whole game from beginning to end. The game's name is Scarface. The World Is Yours. Just like that scene with he's looking at the Zeppelin flying over his mansion. It says the world is yours. Yeah, that's the name of the titles. The game's title. The World Is Yours. Yeah, just let me know how it turns out. You can write me on Twitter if you want. That game, I'm so pumped up to play it. I'm once I finish up with Borderlands, probably that will be the next game I'm probably gonna play. Cause I was kind of playing Saints Row 3, but that game is totally what I'm looking forward in an open world game. The world is yours.
Go on, get going.
Have fun.
Hey, mister.
Oh,
Hi there.
sir.
Welcome back. Oh, what do you have for me? Okay, let's take a look at it.
Hope you make some good use of that.
Hello there.
Thanks, partner. Look out, mister.
Hola, señor.
Yeah, I have some food in the crock pot. I'm gonna check it out right now. So I'm gonna wrap this here. Shout out to Marco the Low. Shout out to Nasty Badger. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. So yeah, Red Dead Redemption. We're gonna keep playing more Red Dead Redemption. And yes, I agree. Red Dead Redemption, the first game. It has a really nice place in my heart. Actually, the game that allowed me to explode on YouTube, but and also kind of makes you feel for John Marston. It's totally a good game. I agree with that. And with these thoughts, I'm gonna wrap this today. I'm gonna do another live stream again next week, Sunday, around this time, 1 o'clock. Local time. I don't know what time is it where you guys are, but yeah, every Sunday around the same time I will be doing a live stream, so you can tune in whenever you want. And yeah, I will put some stuff on Twitter, hope some people may interact and make sure that we can plan for Halloween night which game we're gonna play, and also probably in the future we're gonna see the Scarface game in this channel being played. So I'm just gonna wrap this here. Thank you so much for watching and keep gaming. Have a good one. Thank you. Shout out again to Marco the Low and Nasty Badger for talking with me, spending some time with me, and I appreciate that, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, like, subscribe, and let you guys know about this channel. And that's all for now. Keep gaming and have a good one. Bye.